Hi everyone, it's Charlie here from Give It a Spin, and I'm here today with soon-to-be indie royalty Daily J with their brand new album, Scatterbrains. In 9 shimmering tracks, Scatterbrains perfectly encapsulates the feeling of summer, bottling up that ice-cold nostalgia, youth, love, optimism into a timeless mixtape which is destined to soundtrack your past, present and future. That bottle is bursting with bliss. It's washed onto the shores of the UK, just waiting to be popped. This is a really solid record. We've had it on repeat and people are going to love it. You know, there's tracks on here that have got huge potential to become indie mainstays. We sat down with a band to talk all things album, live and what's next. Hope you enjoy. Hi guys, it's great to have you here. Bit of background before we kick off. For those of you that haven't heard your tunes, and there are some class tunes on this album, introduce each of yourselves and how you describe your music.
Yeah, well, we're Daily J. We've got Jesse, Rick, and Jaden here. Our new album, Scatterbrains. I think it's sort of a mix of indie rock, psychedelic rock, bit of pop, electronic pop as well. It's sort of a mixed bag, but still staying true to the Daily J wave, catchy as hell. Lyrics and melodies and guitarists.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well said. Well said. Thank you guys for coming on. And you guys have been going for a while now, right? So 2017, I think it was, you started around that time. How did you guys come together? Like, a few of you are brothers, am I right in saying? I feel like you mentioned it on stage. Is this something that you always wanted to do? Or was it kind of an organic, let's start a band?
Yeah, so 3 of us are brothers, as you mentioned, and we always, just loved music growing up. We had a very a musical mother and family and upbringing, so I feel like it was always sort of in the back of our mind that it was something we wanted to do. I mean, at the start of it was just the love for it, but obviously as you get older and you need to try to find your way in life and get a career, it was pretty obvious that music was that way. So we decided to move up to Auckland, the 3 of us, and none of us play drums very well, so we needed a drummer, and that's where we met this fella here, Rick. And the rest is history. Rick turned up with a box of beer to a recording studio and already learned a couple of the tunes. So yeah, just
Amazing.
Swept us away. It was great.
And so we're here today for the new album, Scatterbrains. Onto the record itself, there's a lot to unpick. I want to start with the name. Obviously, Scatterbrain as a phrase is quite chaotic. Just kind of interested into where that name came from for the album.
Naming an album is never easy. It's like coming up with a band name. It's quite hard, and we've always gone along with the idea of not naming our album after a track on the album. We sort of just tried to sum up the overall theme and vibe. So Scatterbrains is, I guess some of the songs are a bit older, like they've been sitting on for a while, some are new. And when we started piecing the album together, we noticed that there was just a real reflective sort of theme, like it's sort of got everything that someone goes through in life. So it's really just like an ode to the man in the mirror, person in the mirror. Like sometimes you're a bit scattered, to be true, and you have good days, you have your bad days. Some are more chaotic, some are peaceful. So we feel like the song's got a bit of everything, and we sort of just came away feeling like, we had a whole bunch of names, but that sort of represented the music and the story.
What were the other names out of interest?
One was Retro Future.
Yeah.
What's another one? Rico, you got a whole list, don't you?
Yeah, I can't remember the things. I threw that list out after a while. It was getting a bit chaotic.
Yeah.
Scatterbrains felt right at the time.
That's right.
I think that was the first one that we sort of landed on, and then it just we did a full circle of every single word. And then we came back to that, and it just felt the most natural and true to the songs and album, really. So
yeah. It's kind of, it was always there. We couldn't find anything better in it. Stuff that makes sense.
Yeah.
And also the imagery as well. Like we had so many ideas around album cover, and it was a winner from the get-go. We just had to stop second guessing ourselves.
Okay. Awesome. So in our review, we've kind of described it as kind of bottling up summer and then sending it onto the sea to be given to the world, which I think is quite a nice way of describing it. Because it feels like there's a lot. It's very sunny listening to it. You know, it feels like you've captured summer perfectly and kind of all the ups and downs that come with that. Especially right now, you know, in the UK, like I said earlier, like it's so dark at the moment. You know, people are craving that kind of vibe, so it's a perfect time. But yeah, kind of just interested again. Like, has this kind of warm, upbeat sound, has that come from your upbringing, and was there kind of like any artist that you were listening to whilst putting this together?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's just a lot about upbringing and the music we listened to. There was definitely a lot of very positive messages in behind it, and very down to earth and realistic sort of
We
messages
all grew
as
up by
well.
the sea as well. Like Rico,
Yeah. Mm.
Rico Burt grew up in Coromandel, and us boys in Kaikoura Coast. So
Yeah.
all East Coast guys, and obviously in New Zealand we had like the unreal summers. So like naturally it sort of has just influenced us. Some artists as well that we love. We sound like a broken record now, but Tame Impala and Mac DeMarco, the Kooks,
Good choices.
Yeah. How about you, Rico?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a natural sound for us as well. It's just not really like a thought out thing. I think when I joined the band, I noticed there was a real positive, summery feeling to all the tracks as well, and that really captured me. And so that's kind of why I was drawn to this band so much. And yeah, I think it's like just a natural vibe we have within us that we are just quite keen to have a positive feel and summery vibe to the songs. And to be honest, I didn't even know if this album was quite so much like that. So it's nice to hear. That we've got
No,
that
it
sort of
is. Yeah, it definitely is. But it feels like a nice progression though from the previous one.
Yeah.
So, I think, I mean, from in our perspective, like, I feel like you've kind of cracked the formula with pretty much all the tracks on here, especially Sunday Stitches and Daydreamer are two of my favorites. And I mean, you just can't get them out of your head, really. You know, they are perfect summer songs, you know, for those moments. I think, from your side, like, is there a song on the album that you're particularly proud of, or one that started the rest of the album?
I mean, we've got the latest track we're sort of focusing on a bit for this release is actually For Your Leisure, which I think represents a bit of the journey of the album. Not necessarily like anyone's favorite or anything, but I think it just sets a tone for Scatterbrains a little bit. And yeah, it's kind of just a new energy we were trying to translate to this album, and I think it's kind of sets the tone across the board for the rest. But yeah, we all love like Daydreamer and those sort of types of songs as well. But
It'd be fun to play live, eh?
yeah, we're really excited about just the energy we're bringing to these songs, and hopefully that translates really well in our live performance. I think that's one thing we want to really bring to crowds is some new energy and some more upbeat songs, really.
I suppose
Awesome.
just to add to that, one thing is that we sat on a lot of these songs for quite a while, for like over quite a few years, and we always knew there was something special in them, but just couldn't quite unlock the level. Like maybe did some rewrites of it and whatnot. And so I think just like based on what you were saying, like what are we most proud of? I think just the fact that we got all these songs together as a collective work, and got them out. But there was a lot of hours of just a bit of a pain in the ass to get some songs across. A lot of hours.
Yeah. How did you guys like unpick that? Was that through the live shows that you found your way with the songs, or?
Well, we don't typically play songs and release live. Basically, we have a Dropbox folder just full of probably, I'm not even kidding, 100, 150 demos. But they're not all finished songs. They're often just verses and chorus. So I think when we came to selecting this album, we sort of just all went for a deep dive and selected our 20 favorites, and then wrote a big list on the whiteboard, and we all had a vote, sort of. And then
That was easy.
Yeah, which was not easy actually. But then we selected the ones that sort of felt cohesive, and we always thought had a lot of potential and we loved, but not necessarily were fully developed. So yeah, I think we had the luxury of a bit more time this time, working with Joe, a bit more budget, so we were able to really just almost record an album like maybe how you used to do it in the days. A lot of it was multi-tracked, but a lot of it was just jamming and and sort of bringing the songs together in pre-production, and which was a new way of doing it for us. Obviously, we've been working hard for a long time, but time and money has never been, as any coming artist, it's tough. So it was just a whole new experience, really.
Yeah, no, totally. Just on that, you mentioned, the live shows. We saw you over the summer last year. You guys were in London for All Points East and then Umira as well. It was a very positive vibe in the room. It was very upbeat. The audience were loving it. And I was just kind of interested in, like, how does that feel knowing that your music is translating so far all the way in London from where, the many miles away you are?
Bro, it's insane.
Yeah, that was incredible. That show was definitely a highlight. Like, couldn't believe the reaction, to be honest. It was, a bit euphoric to see everyone just so into it and singing along, and just, it felt like we'd been waiting to do that show for a while. So special to see the crowd actually come to the,
I'm feeling out in London.
I remember
like that. It was amazing.
I remember at one point in the show asking how many Kiwis got in the crowd, like fully expecting it to be half the crowd, but there was actually like bugger all, and I was like, oh, that was really dead and quiet. And I was like, how many Brits, how many? And the whole crowd just erupted, and we just weren't expecting.
Yeah,
and it just really it did take us away. It is insane when you think about it. It's literally the other side.
If you're from London, maybe you wouldn't quite gather the scale, but when you come from the other side of the world, all you hear about is from like your bands that you love that have gone and played in London. It's a real destination spot. So we were just stoked. It's unbelievable.
100%. And the venue as well, iconic venue. Was that your first time playing in the UK?
First tour. Yeah.
Damn, big show. Who was it that decided to hand the fruit out? I'm pretty sure there was fruit being handed out at the front. I didn't manage to grab any, but there was fruit being handed out. Who came up with that idea?
Oh, we're a proud rugby country in New Zealand. Growing up, you play rugby is always half-time.
Healthy lifestyle.
We thought, halftime fruit, halftime oranges.
Yeah.
I can't remember who that was. It might be Johnny's idea, I think.
We've done it at a few shows. To be honest, it's just we all need a breather.
So it's more for us. It's a nice way to get amongst the crowd and see who's in there, really. And, just tried something unique.
On that, actually, while we're on just live shows, like, I feel like the album as well is perfect for festivals. And obviously you've got your upcoming tour in Australia and New Zealand. But have you got any plans kind of coming back to the UK?
Definitely on the to-do list. We're trying to we would love to hit the UK and Europe a bit again, maybe this year if possible, just sort of seeing what we can do with the funds, really. But the US has also been calling out for us for quite some years as well, so love to try and tackle both. But it's just a long way, as you can imagine. Quite a lot here and do it all. But I think after last run, we'd love to just do another sort of even bigger run and maybe tackle some like European sort of spots as well. It's definitely our big goals this year for sure.
Is there somewhere specific? Like a country specifically, maybe?
Would have been eyeing up coming back in September. It is early days, but we've looked at doing the similar run in the UK again, but then adding on likes of Amsterdam, Paris,
a few other
Berlin.
Few hot spots like that. Be cool.
Yeah, it's all early days, and we're all a bit green on it, but we're trying to get back over there 100%. We loved it last time, so got to try and build on it.
Yeah, as long as people buy the tickets, we can keep coming.
Yeah,
they will. They definitely will over here. Cool. We've talked about the album. We've talked about yourselves. We've talked about the live shows. I've just got one big question. Really, it's kind of the album is a lot about nostalgia and reflection. Bold question: how do you guys want to be remembered?
I think we've always been proud of our writing. And just like you say, just whatever feels or whatever we're going for at the moment. So I think we'd love to be remembered as just a really true band, staying true to our roots. With a killer live show. Yeah. I think, I know that sounds probably like it's been said before, but
got a bit of substance to us, like, and music's a bit more like, has a bit more depth than, some pop sort of songs or something maybe, but
yeah, we actually write bridges. So, yeah.
I don't know, I'd love to be remembered in a positive light as sunny Daily J that always makes you happy and makes, you feel something at the same time, I guess.
Yeah.
About the songs, something that makes you want to listen again. Or it makes you nostalgic would be cool as well. That's what music does, isn't it?
So it does, transport you somewhere.
Yeah.
we got big dreams. We'll do this until we die. So we want to be just the goats, just like anyone else. We want to tour the world. We want to just be remembered as a bloody good band.
Nice one. It's been lovely chatting to you guys. Scatterbrains, it's a great record. It's out now, and I think it's one that we'll be listening to a lot over the next few months. I think people are going to love it, to be honest. Thanks for your time, and I'll catch you guys soon. To read the interview in full, you can check it out over on our website at giveitaspin.co.uk, and you can also check out our full review of the brand new album Scatterbrains, which is out now.